Alright folks, we're in week 9 of the garden. It's definitely doing well. So let me quickly take you through everything. The carrots are not ready for harvest yet, but as you can see, you can almost start to see they're a little bit orange. You know when they're ready, if the tops of the carrots start to come through the soil and they're, you can visibly see them, then they're ready to be picked. But as you can see, they're probably in just a couple more weeks. The pole beans have lots of beans on them. I picked most of them off, but let's see. You can see there's little flowers, and here's a little bean here. There's some more right here. Letting them get a little bit bigger. And then the okra. The okra's doing really well. Had an issue with some worms. Got these little worms that were just eating the crap out of them, and they were underneath the leaves, and there was just hundreds of these little teeny tiny worms. But I sprayed some of this like organic soap based spray, and I think that did the trick. The okra has a beautiful flower, and this morning it was bloomed. It's a white flower, and it's purple on the inside, and it just closed back up because it's getting kind of, it's starting to rain. But it doesn't stay open all day, but it's actually a really pretty plant, and they get very tall. And the marigolds are getting bigger. The Sugar Daddy pea pods, you can see these aren't doing that well. They produced very little pea pods. A few days ago I picked a couple off, and that's all they produced. The rest of the ones that were planted up in this area actually just got crispy and died. We've been getting adequate rainfall, but I think I may have planted them too late. It is very hot. And these are the bush beans. These have been, for the last 3 weeks, I've been picking off of these, and like you can see, here's a good sized one right here. So got to keep up with those because they will get huge. Then over here we have the pole beans. These ones were planted later in the spring, so they're not ready yet. This is a Fresno chili pepper plant, and these ones are doing, these ones were very productive about a month ago. It's just getting bigger now. Got all the peppers off of it. These are serrano peppers. You can see there is just tons of them on here. Little ones all over on there. They're doing very well. They like this hot weather. The bush beans doing well. This here, it's kind of covered up. This is burgundy okra, and you can see there it's growing pretty good. Same problem with the worms. Lots of worms on. They love okra leaves, and if you don't keep up with them, you will see how destructive they can really be, like this leaf. So walking around here, here's some more burgundy okra. It's very pretty. Here's another one. I have carrots. onions. They're getting big. And over here, sadly, this is the summer squash and zucchini. They look terrible. Terrible, terrible. They actually got invaded by, while I was gone in Michigan, they actually got taken over by a, it's called a burrowing vine worm. It's almost like a little white maggot. And they actually get down. This is where all the fruit was growing, but you can see where it's hollow. They get down in there, and they are basically a parasite, and they make the squash their host. And they did a lot of damage. Every single zucchini I had would get about a couple inches in length, and then it would rot. So the only way is to cut back the leaves that are infected, and I had to cut a lot of them out, and they just are not doing very well. So if you ever grow squash, that worm, actually it's more like a maggot, it's not even a worm, it's actually very destructive. And the only way in actually avoiding it is if you spray them, which I didn't spray these with anything. And you actually don't even know you have them until your fruit starts rotting. So, but that is it. The two 4x4 boxes. Doing good. I will not plant those Sugar Daddy pea pods again. Those do not do very well down here. And I'm going to have to spray use pesticides on the zucchini and any type of squash that you grow. It's all over the U.S., these little maggot things. So, but this is kind of a good experiment, a good year. I know what does well. I know some things I need to plant earlier in the year before summer comes around. I want to take you over here too. I actually got this is a peach tree that I got. It's very small. It is a a Florida Prince peach tree. They are actually, do well in Florida. They're heat hardy, cold hardy. You don't have to cover them. You can even see there is a wasp eating something on the peach leaf. Ew. So that's that. I put some landscaping in around the oak tree. Looks nice. And this is the Meyer lemon tree that I have. This is fairly new too. Pretty blossoms. Very pretty. And as young and little as it is, it actually has a lot of fruit on it, which is what the bamboo stakes are for. I had to actually stake them up because they were sagging and pulling the tree down. They get so heavy. So that's it.
Right, Charlie? Right, Charlie? Say goodbye. Goodbye.